put it up on the screen. That's it. He's got a 1:15 cabinet meeting. 16 permanent members will join him in the White House, and they'll have coffee and maybe some bagels, and they'll talk about how they're instituting socialism. You know, people say, oh, O'Reilly, socialism. It's absolutely true, and I'll prove it to you tonight. And this is just an amazing series of events that we are witnessing. Problem is that 90% of the American people don't know it's amazing. They don't know how threatening it is. They don't know what's going on. And I don't say that with any kind of supercilious attitude. Word of the day, supercilious. Okay? That's arrogant. I don't. I know that most Americans, particularly the 80 million that voted for Joe Biden, have no blanket idea what's really happening. It's my job to tell you, and I will. So Mr. Biden starts his day about, 10 a.m. He kind of wanders down. He got a couple of briefings, but he didn't do much. He just doesn't do much. Simple as that, because we've been doing this schedule now 3 weeks. He's never had a busy schedule. And people say, well, why don't you compare it to Trump? I don't have Trump's schedule. All right, that happened months ago. I can't dig it on up. It's not public. Okay, so it's all about spending our money, because nobody is going to give the United States money. No foreign country is going to do it. Aliens aren't going to drop it. So the money that Joe Biden wants to spend comes from you and me and corporations and companies. And the government takes that money in the form of taxation. They have the legal right to do that under our Constitution. But then you have to have a federal government that supervises the military, that builds roads and bridges, that maintains civility in the country. You have to. But when you gut the people, when you take so much that people's lifestyles are affected, then you're making a decision that you want the federal government to run the economy and tell each of us what we can and can't have. So if we have a lot, then we're going to come in and take a lot of what you have. All right? Now, there you're getting into unconstitutional stuff. So let's be very specific. Yesterday, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Joe Biden unveiled the American Jobs Plan. So my question is, why do we need an American Jobs Plan when COVID will be wiped out pretty much by fall, and under the Trump economy, there was record low unemployment across the board? So why don't you just keep in place what Donald Trump had? Why do we need a new American Jobs Plan? The Trump Jobs Plan worked pretty well. The facts say it did. Record low unemployment across the board. No. We got to throw that out. That has to go. Why? Nobody ever says why. Biden doesn't take questions. And even the one occasion he did, the questions were ridiculous. They didn't get into anything. So Joe gets out there, and believe me, he didn't put this together. Joe Biden doesn't do macroeconomics. They gave it to him. And he says, the American Jobs Plan, we're going to spend $2.25 trillion over 8 years. All right? $650 billion is going to be infrastructure, that's clean drinking water, affordable and sustainable housing, that's giveaway housing, free housing, okay? Public schools, the individual counties take care of public schools through your property taxes, okay? But no, they're going to put more money into public schools. $30,000 per student already in New York City public schools. And they're flunking the standardized tests there. Okay? So, but let's put more money in. Okay, great. 10,000 in private schools. Private school scores are much higher than the 30,000 public school scores, just so you know. $621 billion in transportation infrastructure. I'm going to fix the roads, going to fix the bridges, public transport. That's the dying New York City subway system because of the violence down there. Airports, electric vehicle development. There it is. So electric vehicle development means that the federal government, not Tesla, not the private car manufacturers, the federal government, going to build all of these stations where you charge your car. Why? If Tesla and Ford and Chevy want to market electric cars, and I like them, they build them. No. Green New Deal. So we got to build them. $580 billion research and development. Again, that's the private sector. That's the private sector. All right, research and development got us the COVID vaccine in the private sector. Government didn't do it. Government scientists didn't do it. What do we need $580 billion for research and development? Why? Explain it to me. $400 billion for home care for elderly and disabled Americans. $400 billion? Okay. So when you add it all up, Biden has to cover the spending with astronomical taxes. So he says he's going to tax corporations $1.5 trillion. Okay? That'll be among the highest corporate taxation in the developed world. $1.5 trillion. He's raising taxes that much on corporations. So the corporation is going to do one of two things. They're going to move over to Ireland, where the corporate tax rate is much, much lower. Okay? Yes, Biden will try to tack on some penalty for that, but it's not going to be 28%. Or they could do both. They're going to lay off people. They're going to lay off workers, all right, because they're not going to take a 7%, 21 to 28% corporate tax haircut. And the third thing they'll probably do is, if they can, is raise prices on whatever product they produce. You saw that in a gallon of gasoline. So once Biden attacked the oil and gas industry, gallon of gasoline is up about $1 for everybody. That's what you're going to see if you want to buy a refrigerator, a car, a TV, all going to go up. That good for you? Is it good for you? Fellow Americans, I am concerned about the U.S. dollar. Huge debt, as you know. Will it stay as the world's reserve currency? That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. And the only company I recommend, and have for years, is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I've personally done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA. And they make it very easy. So call them right now. Make sure you tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I have been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold shot up more than 40%. Silver, more than 60%. So don't wait. Call them now. 866-501-5201. 866-501-5201. Or text Bill to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201. Or text Bill to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.